home and lifestyle. Presented by Paradise Fitness Center, changing lives since 1996.
Hafide and welcome back. October is Down Syndrome Awareness Month, and with me in studio, I have Nakrina Mendiola from the Down Syndrome Association of Guam. So thanks so much for joining me.
Hey, Isa. Thank you for having me.
So for those who don't know, can you tell us tell us more about the Down Syndrome Association of Guam?
Well, the Down Syndrome Association of Guam has been in existence since 2001. And since then, we've actually had annual events just to promote awareness of Down syndrome.
Okay, and so for those who don't know, what exactly is Down syndrome?
Well, Down syndrome is the most common genetic condition in the world, actually. There are about 300,000, maybe 400,000 individuals with Down syndrome just in the United States alone. It is a genetic condition, whereas the typical individual has 46 chromosomes. An individual with Down syndrome has 47 chromosomes. That additional chromosome is attached to the 21st chromosome, which attributes to all the features that the Down syndrome individual has, such as the physical features with the flat face, the almond-shaped eyes, and other minor features that really aren't visible. You have the simian crease in the hand. You've got the additional space between the toes. And then you've got the delays, the physical and intellectual delays, plus a whole host of other conditions that come along with it. It varies between the individuals.
Okay, so like you mentioned, those are some of the signs that your child might have Down syndrome, and it's the most common genetic condition in the world.
Yes.
So can you tell us more about the mission of the Down Syndrome Association?
Well, the mission of the Down Syndrome Association is just to serve as support for families who are dealing with this. When we first found out that we had a child with Down syndrome, we wanted to talk to individuals or families that had the same issues. So be that as it may, my husband contacted other parents that he read in the paper that somebody was looking to start a group. They started chatting, and lo and behold, the Down Syndrome Association of Guam was formed in 2001. And ever since then, we've done our best to promote support and awareness on Guam.
Okay, so like you mentioned, your husband was actually one of the founding members of this organization. Yes. How has this organization kind of helped you and your family?
Well, it serves as a network to connect with other families and find out what they've gone through, what to expect, what activities and avenues there are for us, what worked for them, what we should expect to do with our child. And then they hold our hands through getting into the system, getting services, and all of that.
Okay, speaking of services, so for maybe a new parent or someone who has yet to join your organization, what advice would you give them about seeking services in Guam?
Well, pretty much when a child is born, the physician would refer the family to first early intervention. And so the child and the family would start out with early intervention, and from there transition into DOE, and then from there transition into the DSID or the DVR system as an adult.
Okay, and so October is Down Syndrome Awareness Month, and so I know there has been a host of different activities and events to kind of raise awareness. Can you tell us a little bit about some of those events?
Well, at the onset of the month, we had a paint party where our children and other individuals with disabilities participated in. So they came in together at Color Guam, who offered this session for us, and we had a paint party. It was so fun, and the children really enjoyed themselves. We had some adults there as well with disabilities, and I was just in awe of what they could do. I wasn't prepared for what my daughter produced, and I was She was so happy. She signed to me. I painted Harry Potter. And all the other kids there were different templates for the other kids, so they chose what they wanted to paint, and it came out really well.
And before we wrap up, can you tell us about the upcoming event and also a contact number if people want to get involved?
Okay, so for the next event we have is on October 28th, 10 a.m. at Cedars in the ULG campus in Dean Circle. It's an input session for families of individuals with Down syndrome. They'd like to get feedback on what services you have, what services work for you, what services don't, and what it is what supports you would need to further your journey for your individual with Down syndrome.
Okay, and so if people want to learn more about this event or your organization, what's a place they can go to contact you?
They can contact me at 480-0005 or Vicky Ariola at 472-6114.
All right, well, thanks so much for joining me. Stay tuned. We'll have more health, home, and lifestyle after the break.
Thanks, Isa.